You ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other places people like to listen? How do I make money from my podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, so you get paid for this podcast. What I like about it is starting using it is how easy it is to use. I just upload old episodes of my podcast. I placed it other places, do some editing and tinkering, and voila, that's it. It's that simple. So if you always wanted to start your own podcast, make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start to join me in the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. And now, let's get on with the show. You ever felt you're being watched sometimes? Have you ever had a cold shiver run down your spine? Sometimes we go through that. Sometimes we look for answers to questions we don't really truly understand. Like, are we truly alone in the universe? Is there life after death? This world is weird. It gets weirder by the day. And in that weird are questions that we have as curious beings known as humans. Tonight, we look into some of those questions and get a little weird. Because we all are just a tad bit weird. Tonight on Weekend Weird. Welcome to Weekend Weird, the show about the weird and mundane that's out in the universe and beyond. I'm your host, creator, producer, damn near Mr. Everything, well, half of it, Mr. Everything, RedNick. Yeah, we're churning out these episodes like hotcakes, man. I mean, we got quite a few in the can. Yeah, we got another one for you. This one's a little bit lighter, but still on a serious tone. We're going to be talking about the Men in Black. Me and my co-host, Ogul. Returning co-host. Yeah, we're going to talk about the story of the Men in Black, not the movie, the actual Men in Black that come to your house after you've seen a UFO. Not Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. I wish they would come in, because that would be awesome. But unfortunately, it's not them. So, again, this was recorded remotely. Sorry about the ringing. It's recorded remotely because of the pandemic. We're still in a pandemic, even though we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. And stick around for the end of the episode, where we say goodbye. So, without further ado, here is recorded just earlier today. Well, earlier we recorded a bunch of episodes. I can't remember how many we recorded. It's been, I think it had to have been 9 or 10 of them. I'm not sure. I'm tired, but I'm recording this intro after this whole thing. But yeah, here's me and Ogul talking about the Men in Black on Weekend Weird. Enjoy. Yo.
Yo.
How you been, man?
Oh, not much has changed since last week, I guess.
Well, it was about two Was it last week or the week before? I don't know. We just been churning the last couple of episodes out like it's nothing.
Yeah, we really have been. And days are so non-descriptive day by day.
Yeah.
I don't know what week it is. I mean, it's not snowing anymore, so that's a plus.
Yeah. I mean, we're grateful, even though they said it might snow this week by the end of this week.
Don't say stuff like that.
Yeah, I wish they could, but that's what the weatherman's saying. Oh, we might have more snow, and I'm like, oh, I might forget that you live.
You and your junk science.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Like fake news.
Yeah, fake news, fake weather. I watched my car today, man. It cannot snow. No, I don't believe it.
Well, hopefully it doesn't.
Hopefully not. What's going on, Mick? What are we doing today?
Yeah, well, after I tell you about my bracket being busted, thanks a lot, DeVry University. No, we're gonna be
playing in the big leagues now, aren't they?
Oh God, yeah, beat Michigan State 90-81. I mean, Jesus Christ, I didn't even know they had a team. Come on, man.
Wait, hold on. For real, DeVry University has a team? I thought you were kidding.
Yeah, I am kidding.
This is how little I know about college sports, but
I mean, you did ask me about is there really a university out there named Oral Roberts? I mean,
come on,
yeah,
they've had. When did you say it was created? 1918. They've had 100 years to change its name.
No, 1963.
Oh, okay, so it's not that old. Never mind.
Yeah, it's named after actual guy. I heard he wasn't that. I don't know too much about him. I just heard he wasn't pretty much on the up and up, even though he was a Christian evangelical minister. But hey, it could be worse. It could be they could have the name of their sister school, Anal Johnson.
Yes. That one you definitely don't want on your resume.
Yes, it's like, all right, your resume looks good here. It says you have a bachelor's degree in science from Anal Johnson University. Yes, I was number one.
I often use the back door to get into the building.
Exactly.
Front door was all, closed off. So
yeah, every time I come into class, I start off with saying, just a tip. No, we're talking about, once we get our minds out of the gutter, we'll be talking about UFO conspiracies pertaining to the Men in Black. Now, I know what some of the people out here listening think and why they talk about the movies. No, we're talking about supposed men dressing up in black suits, claiming to be from some government agency who harass, threaten, or sometimes even assassinate UFO witnesses to keep them quiet about what they've seen. And if you're also wondering what's that noise in the background, I'm in a big ass mansion and it's storming and raining and supposedly it's haunted. No. Yeah, so we talk about that Men in Black. Not Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones or the Men in Black International or those movies. No. Actual Men in Black. People who have seen UFOs claim to have been visited by Men in Black.
Yeah.
So
spooky stuff.
Yes. Sometimes it's scary, sometimes it's ridiculous. But we're reviewing it here on Weekend Weird to see if this is actually true. And if this is actually true, what damn government agency is sending guys in black, dressed in black suits to intimidate UFO witnesses? Or are these Men in Black some sort of alien race from the planet Z2 or whatever?
I'm just wondering how many times you're going to say Men in Black before I get the song stuck in my head.
Oh, I'm going to say it to you. Break out the song.
In fact, it's already in my head right now.
Yes. The first Men in Black song, not Black Suits Coming from the sequel. God. That was just a paltry trip to gain money, even though the movie wasn't that bad, but still.
You know what? I actually like the third one was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I did enjoy the third one. I was pleasantly surprised by the third one.
It was like emotionally potent. There was like a lot of good character development in the third one, and it kind of went back on top of each one. But anyways, the third one was good.
Yes.
Surprisingly good.
Yes, it was. I did it. I was pleasantly surprised by it. I enjoyed it. Even Josh Brolin did a pretty decent Tommy Lee Jones impression on his way to becoming Thanos. Yeah, I enjoyed it. But yeah, that's all we're going to mention about the movie on this podcast. We're going to be talking about the actual Men in Black.
Cool. Okay. Let's get into it.
Okay, so again, this is by UFO conspiracy theories and popular culture. Men in Black are supposedly men dressed in black suits who claim to be quasi-government agents who harass, threaten, or sometimes even assassinate UFO witnesses to keep them quiet on what they have seen. The term also frequently used to describe mysterious men working for unknown organizations as well as various branches of the government allegedly designed to protect secrets or perform other strange activity. The term is generic, used for any unusual, threatening, or strangely behaved individuals whose appearance on the scene can be linked in some fashion with a UFO sighting. That is the definition given by Wikipedia.
Okay.
Or what the Men in Black were.
Okay.
So, what the hell are they? So, supposedly, anytime most of the time, there's a UFO sighting by someone and they report it, these men would show up and start asking questions and tell these witnesses they didn't see anything or threaten them for some way. There's been documented stories of people who had seen UFOs or had close encounters with alien beings from another dimension or another time or whatever, again claiming that, and these men would show up and look weird. Now, what do they look like? It varies, but people usually give the same description. Usually a person who's a Caucasian or appears to be Caucasian, wearing a black suit, white shirt, black tie, glasses, hat, mostly. So, yeah. We're going to get into some stories about them, but Ogul, let me get your thoughts.
I mean, first question, like, is there a question in your mind? Because it's sort of clear to me, but when an incident does happen and the military comes to respond, would it be probable? Could you imagine that men who are dressed in black suits in some sort of higher position would show up to assist, whether it's the CIA involved or some other intelligence agency? And I'm not talking about like, Farmer Nancy saw a UFO. I'm talking like an incident happened that might be of like military or national security concern. Would it be out of the question to expect men who are dressed in all black suits to show up?
Yeah, you would expect something like that if, like, say this is like a mass UFO sighting, but like the manner that certain people describe these guys as is different and weird. Some of the stories are weird. Some of the stories are, I would expect something like that, particularly with what you're claiming that you've seen or stuff like that. It's just like, or even the fact that people are saying that they are intimidating and telling them people to shut up. First of all, you don't go somewhere. If someone's claiming whether they saw this or the other, whether they tell them the truth, they're lying, or they don't understand what they had seen, you don't go up to them and start threatening them and tell them that you didn't see anything. First of all, I saw it. I'm going to say I did see it. Too damn bad.
I think that happens more often than you might think, though.
Yeah, it does. I think that the stories that we've gotten and only the tip of the stories of them visiting people who claim they've seen